Hello everybody, Twilight Prince 123 here. It's been a very long time. And, well...
Well, I've provided you some equipment with which to do more recording.
Yep.
This is not an emulator. This is an actual GBA card, but...
Well, Game Boy cart, rather, but yeah.
Well, I lied. This has some emulation involved. It's running on a Retron 5, which technically is an emulation machine. And
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of what the Game Boy player was?
I'm pretty sure.
But yes, I have special guest Megagrey here once again.
Yeah.
And,
Twilight wanted to pick a game at random to do a quick recording of, and, well, he picked Wario.
I'm greedy like Wario.
And I remember not being very impressed with this. I got this brand new. I've still got the cart and instructions and everything, but I remember when I got it back in my teens, I was just kind of underwhelmed. I mean, when this came out...
It's a very quirky game, if I may say. That being said, I had a lot of fun playing this when I was younger.
Yeah, but when it came out, we already had on console Mario 3 and Mario World, so the standards were kind of raised, and I didn't think it quite met them, that's all. Oh, that's one of the hats. Which one is that?
That'd be the bull hat.
Bull hat.
Which I can do earthquakes, break blocks with one hit.
Which Shovel Knight cannot!
You would think he would with that helmet.
Yeah, that's one thing Wario has on Shovel Knight. His horns can actually break blocks above him! Yeah, this isn't a bad game. I just felt it didn't meet typical Mario platformer standards is all. But you say you had a lot of fun with it?
Oh yeah, tons of fun. Because there's also a nice exploration element to it, where you have to find like different treasures and stuff to increase your overall coin amount.
Yeah.
In order to get the best ending, I think you actually needed to max out the coins that you can collect in the game, which I believe was 99,999.
Well over 9,000.
Well over 9,000.
Now, I do remember Wario Land 4. I have that as well, and...
Ironically enough, this is actually the only one of the Wario Land games I've ever actually played.
Well, you said you have Wario World. Doesn't that count?
I'm not sure if that actually counts or not, but
well,
it's within the same vein as it, I suppose.
Only it's in glorious 3D.
Actually had some of my important saves onto here. It'd actually be pretty cool to see. But, oh well.
I think it was supposed to have, but
I
don't know.
Quite show it, but oh well.
I have yet to really figure out everything the Retron 5 can do, because it can do stuff like if you want to clean out an old NES card, but you got save data on it, or you got to change the battery, you can put the data on your Retron 5 first, clean it out, change the battery, then re-import your data.
If only I actually could do that with some of the older Game Boy Color games that I used to have. What up?
Yeah, but there's one thing, certain repros and homebrews it can't run. It has... The Final Fantasy III repro I have, it did run that, but the Super NES ones I have, it did not.
Well, that's stage 1.
Okay, it's like you can actually bet some money, or...
Well, either I can double or nothing my money, or I could bet on hearts to get extra lives. Let's see.
Okay, now it's coming back to me.
There you go. I'll go with that. Now, you can do this up to 3 times, but it's a risk every time.
Yeah, I'd say just walk away, because you got over 100 after the first level. That's pretty damn good. How do you know if a treasure has... I mean, how do you know if a level has treasure or not?
There's 2 ways to indicate this. Okay, you see, like, how on the standard map, like, most levels just is a normal circle. If there's a treasure there, then it's like a little double circle.
Okay, sort of like in Super Mario World, how you know if there's an extra exit and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know, because, like, it's...
Plus, on top of that, once you've actually beaten the standard game, if there's any treasures left over that you missed... A level that has one will actually blink and tell you, hey, there's one here that you missed.
Yeah, because like I said, I only played this in depth back in my teens. But like I said, I did try Wario Land 4, and that's fun. And I've played, dun dun dun, the Virtual Boy one.
Yeah, that one.
Pretty much the only worthwhile game on the system.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They had it on display at Blockbuster, and it didn't make me buy the system, which is weird because I remember what I once saw on display at a Blockbuster and tried out the Saturn and the original Panzer Dragoon Orta. The original Panzer Dragoon Orta is the Xbox game, and that convinced me to get a Saturn eventually. But
the only thing I actually ever played at a Blockbuster was back when Pokemon Snap was an actual thing.
Oh, that too! Yeah, back for me too.
Pokemon
they had
Snap
it there.
kiosks, yeah. I remember actually playing those, and even printing out some stickers that I actually still have.
Oh, the quirky stuff that came out for Nintendo handhelds back then.
Oh. I don't want that. There's one other hat in the game that is basically like a jetpack. Also, boink.
Win by doing nothing.
Win by doing nothing. That's Wario's way.
It's like Deadpool trying to dropkick Colossus. It ain't gonna work.
In order to exit the level, though, you need at least 10 coins so you can make a big coin to exit it.
Can you also use the Bitcoin as weapons?
Kind of, if you wanted to.
Okay, what you gonna do?
I'm not even gonna bother with this one. Just gonna take what I got.
Which isn't much. Then again, it wasn't a big level, was it?
Not really.
Okay, now we got a treasure. Do you remember how to get...
We do, but we don't. Here's the thing, though. We can't get this treasure until after we beat this entire area. Mainly because...
Oh, because of water drainage and stuff. Kind of like Metroid 2 and shit.
Yeah, kind of like that. The tide comes in later on, and then this place will be flooded, and thus we'll be able to actually get the treasure.
Actually,
here.
it sounds more like... Kind of reminds me of Mega Man X as well.
Yeah, how, like, some places alter depending on who you've beaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, you could say.
Speaking of Wario, I've never really used him the few times I played Smash Brothers Brawl.
He is back in Smash 4.
I also remember...
pretty much the same way.
It's like this one feature with all of Snake's codec conversations. His reaction to Wario's moveset was...
By farting. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Going down.
And he sounded like he wanted to hit on Samus, because of course he did.
And how much he hated Sonic because hedgehogs and snakes are like mortal enemies in the actual world.
And yet, foxes eat hedgehogs, and Sonic's best friend is a fox.
How ironic.
And Rouge is a bat, and both foxes and bats are known to carry rabies. And I mention that because, fuck you, that's why.
Guess that's one way to go about... Ah. Piss.
Oh, it's one of those games, even when you're fully powered up, one hit rends you to mini-me status. I always hated that in Mario games.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so glad when they fixed that in Mario 2 and 3, but then when they put it back in Mario World, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Did they put it back in Mario World? I forgot.
Well, the item you have in reserve automatically drops down, but still...
And done here.
And
thankfully, at least...
And you need the higher tie to get up there to get whatever's back there, correct?
Yeah.
And at least you get back to big status.
Exactly, I was about to say that. Okay, I think one more level and then we'll cut this off. But yeah, I have 100%ed this game, several times in my life.
With the complete, the best ending?
With the complete best ending. I mean, you get... Spoilers for anybody who hasn't played... Mario actually gets his face on the frickin' moon.
I think I remember hearing about that.
Oh right, this one. Gotta outrun the thwomp.
The advancing wall of doom!
Pretty much.
Is that pretty much the entire level?
More or less. Feels kind of weird actually playing a Game Boy game with an NES controller though. But then again, considering they're pretty much the same button mappings, it's not all that different.
When I play Game Boy games on emulator, I gotta use a Logitech controller, which is basically shaped like a PlayStation controller, playing Nintendo games with a PlayStation controller. And you can also use Xbox
Now we wait.
Yeah, Xbox 360 controllers to do stuff on a computer as well, so...
Well, yeah, you'll find that out pretty soonish.
What do you mean?
Well, because the main controller that my siblings use on their computer is a 360 controller, so...
Oh. For a minute, I thought you were talking about Overwatch or some shit like that.
Well, actually, Overwatch is controller compatible, from what I hear.
But you use that Logitech controller I saw, right?
I actually use keyboard to play Overwatch, but yeah.
I'm strictly a console person. I really didn't get into first-person shooters until Halo. Not Doom, not Golden Knight, it was Halo. Yeah. I know that's a knock to my hardcore status, but it is what it is.
I mean, I pretty much never really played many first-person shooters alongside maybe TF2. But Overwatch is definitely becoming one of them. If not just because it has a very good fun factor to it. It's a good pick-up-and-play game.
And it's not like a dark, moody, bloody, just overly murky... Yeah, first-person shooter actually has a bit of vigor to it.
It has a very Pixar feeling to it. Oh, here's a fun little trick. Boom. Instant 10 coins.
Video game cruelty potential.
But it gets you money.
Of course, when it comes to video game cruelty potential, nothing beats God of War, where you actually got to sacrifice people to advance and solve puzzles and shit.
Also, 69 coins. Lol.
I don't get
you know
it.
What? Never mind, it's a sex joke. I think
I think
I'll actually go ahead and beat the first world boss just because.
Why not? We're only at, 12 minutes on this thing?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I like to record, when I make commentary videos, between 11 and 15 minutes. I don't know what your comfort zone is with making videos.
I usually try to make them anywhere between 15 and 30, depending on what I'm doing.
But here's the thing, when I come home after a long day of work and I look at my subscriber list, I think, when I see a video that's 25, 30 minutes, I'm probably not going to watch unless it's someone I really like NecroVMX. So
right.
I try to think what other people would want. When I make my videos, when I determine the length, I mean, is anyone really going to want to sit through a video this long after a hard day of work? So that's why
some people will. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I just don't want to inconvenience people. So if they've deigned to subscribe to my channel, I just try to keep it at a manageable length. If they come home from work and then they immediately got to go to their daughter's recital or something, or some shit like that, just make it quick and short and sweet.
Yep. Bump my mic there. Also, another thing. That's another thing the bullhorns can do.
Why can't Shovey do this sort of shit?
Audio. These guys are a pain in the ass unless you can stun them, though.
They look like pirate penguins.
You're not too far off, because if you've actually read the story for this game, after pirates.
That's why I said it was a pirate. Like I said, I bought this game complete. I still have the instruction booklet. And it does mislead you, Metroid. Captain Syrup is a man.
Yes, Captain Syrup.
I miss her.
I think she was in, the one Wario Wii game, Wario Shake It, I think it was. I think she was in there.
Okay. But then again, when it comes to pirate chicks, I suppose now we have, what's-her-face, Risky from the Shantae series. Yeah.
Right. Last time.
Alright, let's see if I remember this fucker. Okay, it's vaguely coming back to me. What the hell? It makes the same sound effect as the Metroids in Metroid 2.
Pretty much. But then again, a lot of Game Boy sound effects were
Yeah, but
reused.
As you pointed out yesterday when we got something out of the Red Box machine, Yellow Jacket's lasers sounded like Star Wars blasters. Remember that?
Yep.
Well, it's the same company now, so I guess they can get away with it. I mean, the effects for that movie must have been expensive. They had to cut corners somewhere.
Yeah, he's probably gonna face this way now. The thing is, if I get hit, I'm pretty much screwed.
Then...
Yeah. See that like it's easy. And...
How many coins you get?
172.
Dare you to try to double it.
You know what? Fine. I'll gamble a bit. Gamble! Hey! I'll take that.
Because what's a little pro-gambling message in a game meant for kids?
Am I right? But there you go. That's Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3, and definitely one of my all-time favorite old GB games. Because green is good if you're Wario.
You remember the